what's going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find latest album reviews, you can find our band interviews, and you can find live coverage of the concerts that we get. I will be posting sets from both Belly Noir and Strawberry Girls, so to make sure to be on the lookout for that, as well as Happy 4th of July. I'm obviously recording this early in the morning on 4th of July, but if you do celebrate that, definitely Happy 4th of July to you guys, especially in the States, but definitely wanted to mention that. I don't know why, but I just felt the need to. But if you enjoy what we do here, make sure the subscribe button. Also, make sure that like button as well. This will probably be going up on the 4th of July, so enjoy your barbecues and stuff like that. If you're not from that part of if you're not from the United States, still enjoy your day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you guys for your support. It really does mean a lot. Just the amount of support I've been getting over these past couple months and just this whole year has been amazing. So thank you, much love to you guys. So tonight we're going to be talking about my good friend Yvette Young's acoustic EP number 2. So obviously, if you're no stranger to the channel, I've had her on for an interview with Covet, her other band that she's in. I know she also did solo work. The first acoustic EP I listened to was amazing. She's so talented. She's a multi-talented musician. She did a lot of the stuff on this record, guitars, obviously, piano. She does a little banjo, a little harp, vocals, obviously. So to me, I feel like this one feels a little bit more up my alley. I love Covet and I love what she's created with that, but I feel like this is more my wheelhouse. I love vocals, and I really do like her vocals a lot. So I felt like it was kind of only natural for me to do a review of this record, and give my thoughts on it. I'm gonna go through each track, and then I'm gonna give some pros and cons and then an overall rating for this. So definitely go check this out if you haven't already. She has pre-orders up on her Bandcamp, as well as on merch now. The merch now one is digital. If you want the physical copy, like me, I'm a physical copy junkie. She has that on her Bandcamp, so definitely go check that out, and go support her. So yeah, so pretty much that's it. Thank you guys for checking this out, and we're just gonna go through all the tracks. So the first one is called Holiday. It's the first single that she released. She released a music video with this one. It's one of my favorites as well. I'm really liking just the excellent guitar work. I really think she has this really great way of like intertwining her vocals with the guitar. It doesn't feel like it's overpowering. That was kind of the thought that I had about it, just because I was like, well, she's doing vocals. Do I feel like the guitar might interfere? But I really think she balanced it out very well. And I just feel like it just meshed very well with what she was trying to achieve. I also like that Nathan from Whalebones, my good friend Nathan. I like that he lends his voice on this track. I love the harmonization between them. I feel like just vocally they just mesh very well together. She has this sort of like high, sort of ethereal sort of voice, and Nathan has more of that sort of, deeper, sort of more warm style vocal, and I just feel like they've meshed very well together. I feel like he could have filled out a little bit more of the song, and she could have done a little bit more. But overall, I love how it came out. I feel like Nathan should have done a little bit more vocal features on this album, but that's obviously not anybody else's opinion but mine. But I really enjoyed that a lot. I think it's really kind of adds this sort of fullness to the track, which I think kind of just sold me in this track. Also, I really enjoy the violin work as well. I feel like it adds some really great lead lines in this track. It kind of fills out more of the sort of vocal parts, again, but I do like what's going on with that. I'm really liking sort of the naturalness of this track. It just has some great flow to it and just great rhythm to it. And what I mean by naturalness, I feel like there isn't a lot of like crazy like production on it, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's very kind of almost like a live kind of feel to it, where it's very just you hear the guitar, you hear the vocals, you hear all the pieces kind of just naturally fall into place. And that to me just makes this one a solid song in my opinion. And I also feel like it's a great opener to this EP. So we're gonna move into track number two, which is Adventure Spirit. This one is another one that I like a lot. I would say that it's very close to my favorites. But maybe I have to go through and listen to it a little bit more. But I'm really liking sort of the atmosphericness of her tracks. This one kind of feels very much in relation to her work in Covet. In my opinion, I also like that she had one of her friends feature on cello. I can't remember the name, but if I can put it up in post, I will definitely do so. But I really like that adds this sort of just um, nice backing to the sort of like intricate guitar parts, almost borderline kind of like angelic, almost like atmospheric in that regard as well. But it just adds this cool kind of fullness to it that I wasn't really expecting. But I really like it. I also feel like it adds some great depth, like I mentioned previously. It just has this sort of fullness to this track that I felt like if it wasn't there, it would feel like something's missing. So I'm ultimately glad that the cello made its way through into this track. Really liking the guitar riffs. I really think she comes up with some of the most creative stuff, in my opinion. I just really like her, just the finger style playing that she does very well. And I feel like the cello in this track kind of acts as the vocals. Unfortunately, she didn't sing in this one, but to me, I feel like it wasn't almost needed in that regard, just because the cello had that sort of fullness, but as well as just adding that sort of just depth that I was missing in this track. So to me, I feel like I like that, and I feel like it makes it unique as well. Not too many, I would say, bands in this sort of genre incorporate that sort of classical feeling to their music. So to me, it's good to hear a cello player on a track and just sound amazing, because I know cello is not the easiest instrument to learn. So I definitely like how it fills out this track, makes it feel very full, and also adds this sort of vocal aesthetic to the track, which just makes it a solid one all around. So we're gonna move into track number three, which is Tender. This one is one of my favorites. I'm liking the addition of piano. Like I mentioned, she's a multifaceted instrumentalist and vocalist. So I'm not really surprised by that. Really liking the subtleness of the violin in the background. I feel like it kind of just adds this. I don't know. It just adds this sort of warmth and just makes it just takes you in, which I really enjoy. I feel like each instrument doesn't take away from the guitar parts, which to me almost is kind of like the focal point of the track, but it also provides a great outlet for a lot of the other instruments that are on this track. Like I mentioned, piano, violin. I don't know if there's harp on here. There may have been, but I do appreciate the balance throughout the track. It just has this sort of everything falls into place, everything fits very well into the tracks. And I feel like that's just, a great part on Nathan's and Kyle Schaefer's part. Both of those guys, great friends of mine. So really excited that, they all got to work together and do something awesome, which sounds great. So really enjoy that. I'm also enjoying Yvette's register. I feel like I don't stress her vocals enough. I really enjoy them. They have this sort of glassiness to them, and just a sort of warmth to her like lower register as well, that just really fit well with this track. Again, it's really interesting for me to hear her vocals in comparison to a lot of the other sort of projects she does, but she really has that sort of great sort of, like enticing sort of voice, that just fits very well with what she goes for, kind of that folky sort of indie sort of almost, I don't know, she considers it, I guess, math pop, but it has that sort of like indie folksy sort of vibe to me. But really liking this track a lot. The guitar riff that stands the most out to me in this track is in the bridge. I think it's amazing. Just her guitar writing is really awesome, and just had that sort of like holy crap moment to me in that track. So to me, Head Tender definitely has to be up in my favorites off the record so far. So we're gonna move into track number four, which is Blossom. Really liking this one. I would say that this is my personal favorite in terms of the riffs that she's written in both Covet and both in her solo work. It just has this sort of just great warmth to it that I really enjoy, and just the technicality of it too. I'd love to maybe see like her post a clip of the guitar riffing in this track. I feel like to me, I'd love to learn it. So, Yvette, if you just happen to be watching this offhand, um, who knows, maybe down the line. But I'm really liking the guitar work, in particular in the 1 minute and 45 second marks to about the 2 minute 15 second mark. I feel like it's just insane, awesome stuff. It really dragged me in, and it was something that when I was listening, I was like, every time we hit Blossom, I was like, I can't wait for that kind of time frame. It's just really awesome writing. I feel like this track in particular, has a lot more emotion to it. It just draws it out of you, just especially in the vocals. It just fits so well with the music, and vice versa. And just the vocals just have this sort of just emotional tinge to it. It just has this sort of, I don't know if I guess it's like almost, I don't really know how to explain it other than if you listen to it. It just feels like she's kind of off in hitting the notes, but it just has this emotional draw to it that I don't even care if it's off. It just sounds very just emotionally driven. That just makes me want to be like, man, this is a great track. It definitely has that sort of whimsical aspect to it, and those are the reasons why I really enjoy this track and why I consider it to be my favorite. I would definitely say, in my opinion, this one is my favorite track off the entire record. Just has this sort of draw to it that I feel like everybody should get a chance to listen to, and definitely, again, one of my favorites. So we're gonna move into the last track of the record, "A Map, a String, a Light," Part Two. This one is another great track. I would say it's kind of borderline along with like Adventure Spirit. I feel like they're like really close, and I love the guitar work. It's just hard to pick favorites, but I mean, obviously Blossom has to take the cake for me. But this one is great. It has this sort of great ebb and flow to it. It has this sort of it just has this sort of rhythm to it that just I can't really explain. The piano and the violin accents just play very well with the guitar parts. I feel like, again, it's very thought out. It's very methodical, which I appreciate just as a listener and a appreciator of music. To me, I like when things just have that sort of back and forth sort of tennis feel to it, but at the same time just work very well together as a whole. So I appreciate that from a production standpoint, and that has to go, big ups to Kyle and Nathan for just doing a spot on awesome job. The production again was really great in this track in particular. I'm really liking the sort of drums with the guitar parts. There's also some other extra things like claps, tambourines, sort of that nature. Just little extra additives that add this sort of uniqueness to the track. There's this really nice violin solo around the 3 minutes and 30 second mark to around the 4-ish minute second mark. It's just really solid. I like just how she's really been multifaceted with what she does on this EP. I really feel like she stretched the boundaries a little bit more than her prior record. And just what she does in Covet, I feel like was just a little bit more. I wouldn't even say thought out because I know she puts a lot of thought into Covet, but to me, it's just like this one just has this sort of personality to it, which I really have come to love, obviously. The harp just adds this sort of whimsy to the bridge, which I appreciate as well. Again, an instrument that you don't hear too often, but always has this great tonality and great quality to, the instrument. And I personally am a lover of harp music. I just feel like it has this sort of, again, dreamy, sort of ambient sort of flow to it that just makes it sound awesome. I'm also liking the back and forth between the guitar and the violin in this track. I think it's really awesome. And just that ending, probably about 30 or 40 seconds of just that harp, just, oh, it just melts your heart, at least in my opinion. But I really enjoyed that one. And I just feel like it's a great way to end the record. I would definitely, I think I have a change of heart. I would have to say that this one is as well one of my favorites too. It just has this sort of pull, especially just that last minute of music just really sold me on it. So, my pros and cons on this record, I really like that she experimented, again, with her prior work and just, her prior other bands that she does stuff with. I feel like this one is just a great culmination of, what makes Yvette awesome. in my opinion. And to me, it just feels like it's an album that I know I can put on and just jam and be excited about, and know that all the tracks have this sort of great quality and tonality to it that I don't feel like I would get tired of. Just it's one that you could probably even fall asleep to. Honestly, it just has this sort of just whimsy to it that is unlike stuff that I've heard in a long time. So to me, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's definitely going to be a tough contender and album of the year for me. Just based off of just everything that went into it, I really truly enjoyed it. So my overall rating for Yvette Young's acoustic EP number Dos is going to be a 9.4 out of 10. I really think it's one that you should check out. If you're a fan of Covet, I feel like you'll enjoy a different side of her. If you're just a fan of sort of, I guess it has that sort of folksy sort of indie vibe, I definitely feel like this is right up your alley. It almost reminds me a lot of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like Reign of Kindo, like City in Color, those sorts of vibe that I get personally. Even a little Copeland here and there. But to me, I really enjoyed it production wise. Shout outs to Kyle, shout outs to Nathan. You guys did an awesome job. Go check out both of their bands, Archaeologist and Whalebones. They work really hard, and I definitely feel like you guys would like them as well. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this record. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Have you listened to it? Have you not listened to it? Certainly would like to know. Have a conversation about it. Great stuff from Yvette again. I can't say enough for her. She does great work. So I feel like she's obviously seen this or have seen this. So thank you, Yvette. Great work again. So if you enjoy what we do here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to hit that like button as well. Speaking about Covet, we will be releasing an interview with them on Wednesday, tomorrow, which you guys will see. It's a real fun one, so I really think you guys should check it out. And if you enjoy what we do a lot, we have a merch store. There's a link in the description. I posted a new design, and I hope to be posting new ones. So if you do have any ones in particular that you would like to see, let me know in the comments as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. So my name is Brandon. We hope you got your fix, and we'll be talking with you soon. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.